Hello. Are you all right? Sorry to go all Holly Willoughby on you. Now, I've got, you may, no, that's all right. Some glitter under there, but it was a bit pink a moment ago because I put some glitter on my face because I'm a massive child. Just tried to rub it off. Still some glitter there. Do apologise for it, but at least I don't look like I've got pink eye. Now, this conversation, right, I'm a bit wellied, right, and this conversation needs to be had when your barriers are down because we're being bred by the media to hold our fucking tongue. Now, if you've not been to this channel before, I'm not one for holding my tongue, and like I don't know whether it's like I've purposefully not looked at it. I've seen it going on. Like I remember the grooming gang scandal back when it was years ago, right? But I've never really looked at it, right? Despite the fact I've known a couple of shut up, carry on, right? I read this thing earlier on, right? And we're going to get to that in a minute. For my backstory, year or two ago, I was called a knuckle-dragging Nazi because I pointed out that like there was some trouble going on in a hotel where immigrants were housed. And I pointed out that like they should be a bit better behaved because there's people who were actually born in this country who were sleeping out over the road from that hotel in cardboard boxes, and I was called a knuckle-dragging Nazi for that opinion, right? Like I say, I think this was about 2 years ago. I don't think it was last year. I don't think I'd have stuck for that last year, to be fair. But you never do know. Like each day's different. Some days I will. Most times I'll just step back, but sometimes I get a little bit saucy and I'm like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to, love? Excuse me. And I'll go back. Anyways, this guy reported me, and Facebook, I got a warning from Facebook on my account taken down or something. Not my account taken down, that's not happened in a while. Fingers crossed. But something happened. I got a warning or something like that. I reported him. Like he also used personal insults. I mean, that like a knuckle dragging Nazi, that's not a personal insult, but I think he came from my appearance as well. And literally Facebook was like, no, he's not breached community standards. So, but I did by pointing out the fact that there are English people right there that you're completely ignoring. Anyways, like at the minute, I'm on this thing where I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I'm fucking sick of being called racist for this. I am sick of being called racist, and the more that this is coming out into the forefront now, the more this is apparent, right? Now I read this today, and I've heard this in years gone by from my friend Sarah. She said that this was happening where she lives, and I want to say where it is, somewhere in St Helens. Right. So I'm just going to share this with you. Asylum seekers loitering outside school is cultural issue, say police. So we're going to go through this together. Sorry to read something out. You know I ain't going to just read it out. It's not like if you've been here before, you know that I can't just read something out and have it at that. If you are new, welcome. Please subscribe. We're family here, mate. Literally, you're at home. Trust. Immigrants too have no problem, right? Do not have a problem with good people. Pedos, kiddie fiddlers, that I have a problem with. And trust me, it is not a racism thing because I am not just coming for Muslims here. In fact, I am second-hand going for Muslims because they are a part of the issue. But I'm going higher up than that. Like, this isn't a racism thing. Trust me, the people that I'm after is white as you can get. Anyways, right? It says, police have told migrants to adhere to cultural expectations following reports they were loitering outside a primary school. Northamptonshire police, let's all, Northamptonshire police, top job, said it would deliver some work around appropriate behaviours following complaints of men hanging around near the school. You know what I mean? I'm just reading what I said. The force pledged to work with the hotel housing asylum seekers and step up patrols after the reports of suspicious activity. Sorry, in the no, I'm not apologising. No, fuck it. In the village, well, I am to people who are offence. In the village, but not in general, of Deanshanger. Anyway, migrants have been staying in a hotel outside the village for around 3 years and are among thousands living in temporary accommodation across the country. However, in recent months, there has been increasing concern of young men loitering near Deanshanger, I'm so sorry if it's Deanshanger, primary school, including, I'm not smiling, fuck you, Deanshanger, fuck you as a place. Everybody who lives in here, love you all, but the name of the place is stupid. Let's face it. Deanshanger. Plus, somebody please tell me in the comments below, including claims of filming. No risk identified by the police. Following concerns, Sergeant Lorna Clark from the neighbourhood policing team issued an update to residents in which she confirmed the force had received several calls from people, open quotes, concerned about males hanging around the primary school at drop-off and pick-up, closed quotes. She said that there had been several posts on social media and WhatsApp, fucking damn straight, and that she had spoken personally to those concerned and the school. Sergeant Clark said that after speaking to people directly and having her officers attend the hotel, they had not identified a risk to anyone, and there is, open quotes, there is no evidence to support that any offences had taken place, closed quotes. She added, open quotes, while I fully appreciate the community's concerns, I ask that people don't take matters into their own hands, agreed, but continue to speak to the police about any incidents. No, fucking plaster it on social media, mate. Every fucking bit of evidence you can get, plaster it on social media and tag the fucking police force associated with it in it. Maybe then they'll do something if it's everywhere. If they can't avoid it, if it's in their face, maybe they'll look at it. Just an idea. I'm not inciting violence, I'm inciting proof. Truth. Honesty. I do apologise. A little bit dry. About any incidences they witness or any concerns they have. We are well linked in with the hotel. So don't tell the police then, because they're going to fucking do no. They're answering to the... and can deliver some more work there around appropriate behaviours and different cultural expectations. Now, I'm going to stop that there, right there, and bring into this a video that I'm sorry, but my cat's fucking scratching, I think. Yeah. I'm going to bring into this a video that I made the other day that was about Bonnie Blue, Lily Phillips, and the crime spree that I see incoming from these people having a voice in the mainstream media. Not OnlyFans, mainstream media these people are in. And I called into the fucking equation this guy, Amin, 'twas his name, is still fucking spamming me on Facebook now with, and hello. The guy don't speak English, he's Algerian, right? I'm not friends with him on Facebook. He never sent me a friend request. He just sent me a message. I indulged him message back because I like to do this for research purposes. Right? I do this so you don't have to. This man is fucking depraved and twisted. Right? He literally can't speak a word of English. He ran everything through Translate, and literally all he was doing was asking for pictures of me, lady curtains and whatever, constantly. In the end, I tried, because I don't block people. I usually get people to block me. That's usually what happens. And literally I couldn't get rid, couldn't shake him off no matter what. I laughed at him, I told him he was ugly, I told him he got a fucking stupid penis, a small penis. I told him he got a small penis. I spammed him with photographs of chicks with dicks, and literally he replied with that was, do you want my up your... So then, you know, like, this man was sexually depraved. I even in the end ended up fucking spamming him, and it didn't work, so I had to... I've not blocked him, but I've muted him and whatever, but I couldn't get him to block me. No matter how I sent him photograph of infected flaps and shit like this, and literally he's just... That man, I know if he turned up on a boat, especially if he's seeing what fucking Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips are, they're in the mainstream as the public face of UK women. If anybody like this man is not the first Algerian that I've you know, like I talk to scammers. It's a thing that I'm interested in, right? And like, if this man turned up on a boat and so many like him, our girls aren't safe, right? Our girls are not safe. And I'm actually going to go back with this, but literally, someone has to go. It is not racist to keep these men away from young girls. And from what I've you know, like, I'm still not researching it, but from the shit that's coming out now about the grooming gangs of Rochdale, I want to say Rotherham. It's raw somewhere. It's rotten, that's what it is. And the whole thing was like, these Pakistani men that were taking these girls out of school literally are in bed with the politicians, like they're all business owners and shit like this. But I remember from when I was a little girl, it's like, well, not a little girl, from when I was a teenager, from when I started work. And again, this is not racist, and hopefully Indian people will be able to go, yes, I remember this happening too. This isn't, you know, like, I fucking love Indians. Like, if you know me, you know that I fucking love Indians, right? But I remember being a youth, being a teenager, and it was like there was this whole thing of like, they had to allow people in if they were Indian. Or no, that's not it. It's like, literally, if an Indian got, like, not any old Indian, right? But I remember this happening many times decades ago, that it was like people would shout racism if they didn't get the job. I can't be the only person that remembers this. You know what I mean? I was born in 1971. Anybody around my age, do you remember this too? It was just this huge thing of everybody shouting racism if they didn't get, they are us. Do you know what I mean? But if a certain race, or like if somebody wasn't white, they'd go, excuse me, it's racist that I didn't get this. And that's when I started seeing the diversity and whatever. And I fucking love diversity. I am not dissing anybody, and I know that this is going to get me some fucking flack, just literally because of the way that we've been brainwashed by the media, that if you say anything about this, you're fucking racist. No, mate, I'm pedoist. Avidly, fervently, to my fucking core, against pedos, herbivores, or whatever you call them, herbivores, and literally just people who prey on anybody who's too young to fucking make their own sexual decisions. That's why I'm not 100% on the fucking transgender. Anyway, this is a whole different thing. Let's carry on. Let's carry on with this. Right. In a letter to parents, some men taking the matter seriously. The hotel where the asylum seekers are staying is separated from the school's playing fields by a large field. The school said it had contacted police and urged parents to be extra vigilant. And as an added precaution, they will be keeping children away from the back of the field for the time being. Arrest the fuckers! Problem fucking solved! Keep going, carry on. Speaking outside the school this week, some parents said they had been so concerned they temporarily pulled their children out of school. Good on you, my girl and fella, where applicable. Keep them out. Keep them out, or they're going to end up in a job that makes them so compliant that they fucking go along with it. Even if they get a job in the police force, they have to go along with bullshit. It isn't about the protection. Shut up, Carrie Ann. One 29-year-old mother of four who asked not to be named said she feared the men may come onto the school's playing fields. She also claimed that every day since September, the men have been stood outside filming young children. On what planet is that not against the law? Keir Starmer had to be the face of this particular point in history, mate. A 70-year-old man said he had seen men from the hotel sitting in the park opposite the primary school during school hours, but they would be gone when children were picked up. Other residents in the village, which has a population of 4,000, claimed that those living in the hotel had left litter on the green. The green is supposed to be the most important part of this area, but when they come back from the shop, they leave their rubbish here, a 64-year-old woman said. Oh, bless you, Doris. Doris, that's way older than 64. You could tell the age gap, what they're interested in. It's like the old ones, kids are at school, don't really notice the paedophile shit, the noncy business, the predatory shit, but they're still making the fucking present felt to the ones with the fucking dogs, mate. It's like, don't piss off a woman. Ooh. Anyway, when I take my dogs down to the pocket park down the road, I don't always feel safe. I've stopped doing walks there as a result. That has changed one woman's life. And the police are just like, we're just going to have a word with them at the hotel and say, this is not what we do in our country. Can you not do that? And they'll go, just like that old Jerry, yeah, whatever. Show me a picture of your vagina. Give me the children. They will not listen. Fuck's sake, the stupidity of the system right now. I go to the other park instead after my children told me to stop going because of the men. I was nervous. It's not nice to not trust them, but when there are a couple of men hanging around and I'm just alone, it's not safe. I just don't do that walk anymore. It's not nice to not trust them. That girl, bless her. She's like, I don't want to offend anybody. I feel bad for feeling uncomfortable because I've been told by my government, by the big shiny fucking picture box in the corner that all the furniture's pointed at, I'm told I'm meant to be, it's like, oh, bless them. They're fleeing. Their wives and kids ain't. It's not the wives. You notice nowhere in there is like, yeah, they're stood there with the wives and kids. No, they're not, because they ain't fucking shipping them. Again, I cannot believe that I have to point this out, let alone more than once. This is not racism. This is child protection. I am coming to you as a mother, as a woman, and as a member of the human species. Nobody deserves to feel afraid in their everyday life when they've done fuck all wrong. Yet here we are, people moving away from their fucking routines because they're scared. I did a poll thing on Leicestershire Live the other day, and it was like, right, do you feel safe when you're in Leicester City Centre, right? And it was under 10% said yes. And then it was like sort of, and then it's not really, and then it's absolutely not. Now I put not really, like not least because of the fucking. But it's like, no, I don't feel cozy. This is my home, and I don't feel cozy there. And it's not that. It's the general vibe, and the government has done that. Not that my fellow man. It's like there are no like meet and greets. Like, let's take your culture and our culture and say like, right, we're having a this culture and that culture month. Come uptown any old day. We're just going to come up. If you want to come and talk to somebody, come and like get to know us. That kind of, no, not common fucking sense. It's like, no, don't say no. Get called a knuckle-dragging Nazi if you think it's unfair for somebody born in this country to be sleeping underneath a cardboard box, if he's lucky, when literally somebody just stepped off a dinghy with his fucking war-aged mates and gets 5-star treatment. That's not racism. That is not racism. I don't even know what race these men are. But 2 of the men, right. Oh, hang on. The Telegraph spoke to 3 of the men who live in the hotel who were in the village on Friday. 2 of the men, aged 23 and 29, said they were from Eritrea, while a 24-year-old said he was from Tunisia, and that they had been staying at the hotel for 4 months, dressed in a black coat. The 24-year-old said he wanted to live in Britain because it was safe. Northamptonshire police said that they're soft. Wrong 4-letter S word, mate, because it's soft. There have been community rumours in relation to filming of pupils, but that it had not been confirmed. In a statement last month, the force said, "We are aware of the concerns reported by people about alleged suspicious activity in Dinshanger in recent days. Having followed all reasonable lines of inquiry for every report, we can confirm that we have not identified any offences, increased risk, or safeguarding issues at the present time. No one has been identified to or by the force as having committed any offence, and so no one has been questioned. We have no evidence of any crimes submitted to us or any verified first-person reports. All reports received at present have been assessed to be third-party reports, primarily based on social media posts and not by people who live in the village. We have had an enhanced patrol pattern in Dinshanger area for the last 3 months in accordance with a number of locally identified policing priorities." The force added that it had been in contact with the school and officers would be outside the school until the end of term at key times, but this was not as a response to any identified risk. Am I going insane? No, I'm sorry, I refuse to be gaslit by these fucking twats. Like, literally. Shut down Kafkas for a fucking start-off. Child Protection Services. Fucking everybody involved. Fucking Esther Ranson fucking setting up Childline. Everybody ever involved with Childline. I'm fucking one of them. I raised a lot of money for Childline doing various fucking things many years ago. But it's like, anybody, just fucking put your hand up. For God's sake, find your spine and go, this is not right. Not like Elon Musk. Oh, sorry, did I say that this is not right? I meant you. I love you. That's... Sorry, bringing in that fucking ham-faced twat. Seriously. Tell me. Well, just see the way I read it out. That fucking statement from the fucking police. Zero humanity in those words. Zero fucking humanity. And I think this is why I didn't follow the grooming gang scandal back in the day, because it weren't the time. Well, they all will have told me not to do that. It wasn't the time. I would have got fucking irate back then, and we've had years that I could do nothing about it. Now it's being brought to the front, and I've got an opinion on stuff that's tied into that. I've had to fight myself. I've had to fight off a Pakistani man. Bless him. You know, like, still love the dude, still mates on Facebook, but he decided he wanted to kiss me. And literally, after, and I said no, and I hope we don't mind me sharing this fucking thing. Facebook friends, he came to visit me and sat in the car with him outside the house. And I'm like, right, okay, I'm going, babe. And he's like, oh, can I give you a kiss on the cheek? Fucking went in, fucking, like, literally straight for the fucking baps. And literally, I had to fight him off. And I deleted him off Facebook for the longest time. You know what I mean? And when we got to talking about it, he's like, I'm sorry, but that's just the way I've been brought up. That's my culture. No, I said, is this a cultural thing? Is this just how you behave in Pakistan? And he's like, yes, it is. Also, had a little bit of a flingy thing with another Pakistani man. I'm a big lover of